cool? Anime family, what's good with it, everybody? It's your boy Lelouch V Bree, and I'm back with another video. And today, I'm about to be educating myself because a lot of y'all be talking shit saying, "Oh, you not paying attention. Oh, y'all keep on talking during the video. Oh, if y'all would just listen, then maybe y'all will understand what Seth is telling us." Like, I get it. You feel me? Like, not everybody could do what I could do. You feel me? Like, I could be talking and I could be paying attention to something completely different at the same time. Like, y'all ain't never had somebody walk in while you were watching something and have a little conversation with them while still paying attention to what you're watching. Like, I don't know why that's hard for y'all to understand. Like, yes, I heard everything Seth said. Yes, I think Goku could beat Saitama from what we've seen. Until we see more from Saitama, there's nothing he can do to Goku. Because if we put Goku up in Saitama's universe, he's not taking no damage from none of them niggas either. He's one-shotting all of them niggas as well. So yeah, of course, I understand what y'all saying. King, you know love is blind. I don't know how many times I gotta tell y'all this. Love is blind. When you love something so much, you're not gonna care what anybody else has to say about it. For example, I don't think this is a case of that, but people be telling me Naruto can solo One Piece and shit like that. Oh, he got Baryon mode, which only lasts this long. Y'all know how I feel about that. But like I said, I'm about to be educating myself. I'm about to stop being biased. I'm about to listen to Seth, see what he has to say, and see how strong Baryon mode Naruto really is. And if I think that is accurate, if I think that this man is speaking facts, and I'm gonna say what I need to say, you feel me? But I just don't see how this nigga Naruto can fight 1,000 people at one time, and they all have these crazy ass abilities and hacks. Like, even if he has shadow clones, Kizu could take them all out by himself. Niggas affected by gravity, Fujitora. Alright, we finna listen to Seth, man. We finna see how strong Baryon mode Naruto really is, because he's stronger than we think. Even though y'all already wank him, I don't feel like he can say that he's stronger, because y'all niggas put him on this pedestal like that's all the way up here when he's not all the way up there. Y'all put him on Goku level. But let's see, man. Let's get straight into the video. All right, man. 18-minute video is not too long. Usually his shit is way longer, but I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna listen. Ain't no complaining. Ain't nobody else here. We finna see how strong Baryon mode really is. Let's do it, man. I wonder if he edit his own videos. Look, I'm already talking. And I'm not gonna do too many comparisons.
Super alien genetics, reincarnation, alien demigods, Dragon Ball Ki Blast, super alien monster parasites divided into smaller super alien against science. And superhuman strength.
Let me pause it and say this. Like, I don't know, man. From the fight that I seen from Jigen, like Jigen versus Naruto and Sasuke, that nigga. Like, I seen an Ishiki shit too, but the way that Jigen did them niggas, I feel like he showed. I know Ishiki is stronger than Jigen and shit like that. I know y'all already explained that to me, but I'm just saying the way Jigen was folding them niggas was crazy. I don't know if they fought again, but if they did, let me know in the comment section down below so I can react to that too. And send the link. Uncut version, because y'all be complaining about the cuts. We'll send the link now. Alright, I'm not gonna pause it no more. I'm finna just watch it straight through it. I might pause it.
Magic wizard power. Shut up! Before we start, I'd like to say, subscribe to my channel. Please get me to 1 million followers already. This 700 through 800k is really boring. Also, you can follow me on Twitter.
But at least you got loyal ass fans, Seth. Like, these niggas rock with you to death. Seth.
I've been promising this video for quite a bit now, and I won't lie, I was waiting for a few things, but I think I have a lot of game-changing stuff to show and explain to you guys that'll make you think of Baryon mode entirely differently than before. I'll also go over some in-story explanations.
I still don't all the way understand Baryon mode. I just know he shocked the life out of niggas.
A bit of people don't understand a lot of things about it near the end. Baryon mode, at its core, is a Kurama technique. It's based off the physics term baryon, which is basically a type of subatomic particle.
This nigga is smart, bro.
Scientific and
how the fuck you just know this shit? I didn't learn none of this in school.
Every other chakra-related technique in Naruto for the most part. Thematically, it's supposed to represent a scientific twist on chakra, use that Kurama utilizes that overall coincides with the whole scientific ninja tool adaptation we've been see throughout the story. However, it's a little bit more interesting because
that don't look like the fight that I seen. That's why y'all niggas was mad that I stopped that Boros fight, huh? That nigga got a whole new form. He ain't just a fat nigga.
Can actually amplify the abilities of chakra if you don't just use it flat.
I thought he was just a
Kurama
fat
is
nigga.
often underestimated, but he is in fact one of the most knowledgeable and intelligent characters in the entire Naruto franchise, which I'll get into. He has been alive since the days of the Sage of the Six Paths, and
old as hell.
Jutsu was even named, and shares almost the same level of life experience as Black Zetsu, who was so intelligent and resourceful, he manipulated Madara Uchiha and pretty much
why did niggas show Aizen? I need to watch some shit about Aizen too, cause
reviving Kaguya Otsutsuki.
the way y'all be talking about,
Black
bro.
Zetsu lacks that Kurama doesn't is that while Black Zetsu
Upscale
is an
Zetsu.
observer and definitely knows his stuff, he's not in the front line of the action nearly as much as Kurama is. Kurama has been the Jinchuriki, a very powerful shinobi, fought alongside Madara against Hashirama, was directly guided by Hagoromo Otsutsuki, who basically invented chakra for normal people to use, and has witnessed first-hand battles more times than you'd really imagine. Due to his experience, he has a vast wealth of information we have very little idea of, and this vast information was actually displayed even in the original Naruto Shippuden series, even before Naruto.
It's crazy how Minato just came back and instantly like had that nigga unlocked. Like that shit is
Kurama
wild.
can literally split himself into two on some cell
It's
division
like you think.
and still be pretty much the same.
It's like you
exact
think you
strength.
know
This division
how
technique,
strong
which was
niggas are,
utilized in his
and they show like the
original
little
Kurama, is
the little
more
blurry
advanced
image
than
of
any Fiji technique
what's
Naruto has
Jiraiya
ever used,
and
where Naruto just
Minato
makes
next to
chakra
Naruto, and you'd be like,
advance.
okay, he
Kurama
surpassed
also
him.
uses this experience
Nope.
to captain around Kakashi, Guy, and Naruto.
They try to make it
with
seem like
efficiency and
Naruto
understanding
surpassed him
of
during
either
like the
good
pain
muscle,
arc,
and
or was
also
it
coaching
like
Naruto in his fight
the
against
Hiden
and Sasuke
and
at the end of
Kakuzu
the
shit?
series. Basically, this thing is
What
smart
Kakashi
and knows
was
his
looking
stuff
at,
about
bro.
chakra very well. Using this knowledge, he figures he can fuse chakra together in a similar manner as nuclear fusion, showing an even
I'm
more
paying attention.
insane understanding than we thought. Nuclear fusion being something he could have learned from his hundreds to possibly thousands of years of life, or maybe he just paid attention to the ninja scientist talking while Naruto just brushed it over or didn't register it. This principle is necessary to face down against Ishiki Otsutsuki in the Boruto era, and not only does he create a nuclear fusion of Naruto and his chakra, it also has an 8 gates level resolve spin on it that might amplify it even further than that. And most people don't understand how significant nuclear fusion actually is, but if you say that Baryon mode is them using the nuclear fusion process, which Kurama compares to the sun, but with chakra, we can actually somewhat quantify an increase for the form. Since Kurama compares the Baryon mode fusion to the process of nuclear fusion...
Look, I got my college degree. Sociology, you feel me? I know my English. I know my math, you feel me? I know my history. I know a lot of shit, but when it comes to this science shit, I don't even know biology, but nuclear fusion and baryons and all of this shit that this nigga talking about, I'm lost this shit. Just get into the other shit, man.
Fusion in stars, we can maybe try to quantify how much more powerful it is than its other forms by comparing it to the amount of energy stars produce with fusion. According to this chart,
so y'all telling me y'all niggas just know this shit off the top of y'all heads? Like,
take into account
I'ma sit here.
converted to joules, a gram of hydrogen 2 undergoing fusion would produce 48,242,663,000.
How does he know this? How does he know this type of shit, man?
A gram of the we breathe, and the stuff that's just part of every molecule of water, and from that, get enough power to blow up a building 50 times over. So normally, these things exert billions of times less energy. Considering that Naruto is considered to have pretty much a limitless stamina in the last, and Kurama's power is a bit more than simply breathing in air, it's really up to the imagination how astronomical of an explosive increase Baryon mode could potentially be.
He got unlimited
It's also
stamina,
loosely
but
known
then this
the way
nigga
you
run
scale
out
the form, and
like
that's
after
through
10
this
minutes.
power output and stamina limitations. As I just said, Naruto is considered to have almost limitless stamina in the last, and he can fight for days on end with only small breaks or rejuvenations in between. Even during his peak fights against Kaguya and Sasuke, he only got 2 recharges in almost a full day of straight fighting against the strongest adversaries he's ever seen. Yet Baryon mode's output is so insane that this multi-hour stamina only lasts for pretty much...
As experts in online education.
Alright, so
Purdue
while this
University-
is going, like, I get it. He was fighting against strong people for 10 days and shit like that, but I mean, not 10 days, for a day and shit like that, but niggas in One Piece fight for 10 days. You feel me? Like Kaido and Big Mom was fighting for 3 days. And I get it, like, oh, they're way stronger, Lelouch. They're stronger, whoop-de whoop whoop. Yeah, I get that, but the thing is, if they're on the same level as Naruto, and the people that are fighting against, like, Big Mom and Kaido are on the same level, it's the same thing. You get what I'm saying? So it's like me racing somebody the same speed as me for a long time doing a cross country race. Like, it's the same thing as somebody from a different country racing a person the same speed as them. Like, it's the same shit. So this nigga running out of stamina after 1 day, I just don't know. I don't know if y'all quite understand what I'm saying, but I feel like y'all should be able to. Maybe I should explain it better. So fuck it. I ain't explained it well enough.
For pretty much a few seconds, really, at most, in the manga, and maybe a few minutes in the anime, which further supports that insane nuclear fusion level increase the form could provide. While its roots in physics or something that can explain its power, and I do believe that is what they were going for, I believe the narrative alongside this serves the form even more justice. Naruto is a series based upon the 6 paths of samsara, the concept that all things in the universe, life, matter, and so on, a cycle without end. For Naruto, this is how many things are from...
Bro, how do you be figuring this type of shit out? This nigga is smart as fuck, bro. Straight dork.
Obtain enough pain to end the cycles entirely and bring an end to samsara, with the moon in Baba Chakra, Wheel of Samsara, representing freedom from samsara, with the sage's 6 paths on an internal mission to solve this samsara.
This is why this nigga be taking like a little bit to make his videos, because he really do his research. Me,
and they too seek to end the cycle.
Turn it on, just start talking. Whatever comes out, comes out.
Kaguya's boss represents something a bit
I'ma get on this nigga level one day.
Alien out of this world and had no involvement with these cycles. And unlike his other alien counterparts like Kaguya and Momoshiki, he seems to want little to no conflict and is rather disinterested in anything but his further ascension into being a god. Ishiki is, and this will sound a bit crazy, represents 8 paths. Well, he's almost there. All over his body, he's designed with 8 tomos, and his eye is very similar to the 8 paths Dharma wheel. Dharmakaya.
How do you know this shit, Seth? What do you be doing with your free time?
Forever in peace, basically outside of samsara, in which Ishiki was one step from obtaining, had it not been for Naruto, Sasuke, Kawaki, and Boruto denying him of it, and his karma, which Amato says lets him transcend death. For Naruto to utterly dominate someone of this caliber with Baryon mode is an entirely next level feat, and might actually put Naruto in a godhood level of power, considering Ishiki was already pretty much one step from doing so. This 8 paths Dharma concept.
What was that?
Conceptually,
put me onto that fight.
The 6 paths cast of the original series in terms of scale and even character. And
I didn't see that fight.
In universe lore being an Otsutsuki,
my nigga Jiraiya with Gara fit on.
Data, with them constantly amping each other over and over again to climb the evolutionary hierarchy into godhood. This data and evolution is most prominently shown in Ishiki's private realm, in which he is shown at the peak of the data hierarchy, even above Kaguya and Momoshiki, who both represent and have samsara eyes, which also supports him being above 6 paths. These Otsutsuki,
I don't know, bro. Momoshiki stabbed Sasuke eye up.
Well,
but this nigga this nigga Ishiki was dogging that nigga the fuck out, so if he wanted his eye, he would have his eye.
Since Ishiki is supposed to be the ultimate and strongest enemy that pushes Naruto beyond all his limits, it makes sense for him to have this inspiration. For those that don't buy it yet, let me break it down this way. Did you know that the Renegon literally means Samsara Eye? I don't know if it could be any more blatant than that, but Pain, Obito, Madara, Sasuke, Kaguya, and even Momoshiki all have a Samsara Eye, or Renegon. Then the guy above Samsara, Ishiki, or 8 paths, for some reason is the only new big bad alien that doesn't have a Samsara Eye, but instead has a Dharma Wheel Eye. It's pretty obvious. Well, except for the cyborgs above.
That shit not obvious, Seth, but I get what you saying, bro. That shit is definitely not obvious, though. Maybe for a nigga like you, but for a nigga like me,
so no nerfs this time.
Not obvious.
Mode is just the top dog of everything. For a more grounded explanation of how strong the form is for those that maybe aren't interested in the physics or the Buddhism inspirations, We can compare it directly to something like 8 gates or 6 paths. Might Guy in just his pre-8 gate states and with massive fatigue can blast any
crazy
Madara off the battlefield, incapacitate him for a good amount of time, and even disconnect him from his 10 tails, and even reacts to 10 tails Madara and pushes him briefly before needing to resort to the full 8 gates of death, in which he could kill 10 tails Madara with literally just air blast that he punches the air with.
He couldn't kill the nigga.
A live Madara alongside a Renegon.
Are he saying like if this nigga was alive, he would be
it's
dead?
safe to say that Guy now has to take on a guy who's over a 10 tails level increase over what he did previously with the 8 gates, and surpasses his original power by tenfold over tenfold, and surpassed even the 5 Kage. With 6 paths, Naruto goes from struggling with blind Madara in KCM2 and losing to one-eyed Renegon Madara to destroying 10 tails Madara with more ease than Might Guy in 8 gates, and even avoiding his limbo without even using his Biju cloak. Madara then absorbs the God Tree and obtains a second Renegon, and despite
That nigga's strong, but still not solo.
Original, Naruto is able to fight 2 Renegon God Tree Madaras off with just Shadow Clones. Some people think that the God Tree is a 10 tails level increase as well, and with a second Renegon that exponentially increases Madara's power even more than one Renegon, which let him go from a pitch fight to dominating.
Get your ass out of here, bitch.
I might believe it. However,
Look at her.
More blatant is that Madara gets caught by Black Zetsu, and energy starts pouring from the infinite Tsukuyomi and shooting out from the ground, which Naruto says the energy in question surpasses even that of the 10 tails,
turn him into
and it shoots straight into Madara to the point his body can't handle the energy, and he's going to explode. This ball of Madara then becomes Kaguya, who Naruto is able to fight.
Shit so nasty. Like, I feel like I know this nigga is strong as fuck. I get it, but I feel like y'all don't quite understand what soloing means. That means this nigga is fighting everybody at one time. That means while Kizu is spamming his laser beams, Fujitora is trying to hold this nigga down with his gravity, while meteorites is falling out of the sky from Fujitora or Akainu, because they both could do the shit. While this nigga Luffy is trying to hit him with jet pistols, while Mihawk is sending slashes at him. That y'all not understanding what solo mean. Like, even Boogie go be, you feel me? Usopp go be shooting his Tabasco stars. Enru is go be fucking using his God's judgment. That's soloing, bro. That's soloing as strong as this nigga is, and he boxing, beating, bodying anybody one-on-one. Nigga's not, no. Without that, no.
One power. To go even further, even if you said Naruto and Sasuke never got any stronger, even though there's plenty of implications they did, Jigen can no-dip both Naruto and Sasuke.
Beating the fuck out of them niggas.
And Ishiki is an entirely different tier above even Jigen, and even Sasuke with his Sharingan that can borderline see the future can barely perceive him. Then Baryon mode blitzes Ishiki.
Borderline see the future. Nigga.
Sasuke
You know what future sight is?
You could see in the first fight between Naruto and Sasuke.
Seth don't know what future sight is.
Not even be able to see Baryon mode.
Shmee!
And boxes Ishiki.
He just perceived
his
him.
hands and knees casually, even with the most basic of
Rasengan. He said it. He said it so
combos.
smooth. He said Rasengan.
And I'll say it's ambiguous, but heavily implied that he has something other than KCM2 Sage Mode. I say this because Sage Mode, even for adult Naruto, still has Sage rings around his eyes. In fact, those rings are the sign of a perfect Sage. You cannot really go beyond that. Yet Naruto, as an adult, has no signs of these rings in his fight against Ishiki before Baryon Mode, showing it's a little different and probably some kind of...
Then he talking about them little bitty lines?
Implies that 6 paths is something made with he and Kurama's energy and doesn't require
How you know this shit?
outside the
Boy.
again. With
I got a lot of
Kurama's
learning to do, man.
more
A lot.
insane of an amp, meaning Baryon Mode may have amped Naruto by several 10 tails levels of power, which honestly could fit very well if you consider the fact that Ishiki was already basically 2 levels above Sasuke and Naruto anyway, with them not even be able to use fusion against him. Meaning even Jigen's power was probably over.
Get your ass up out of there. Oh my god, bro. This fight was so dope. That's the best Naruto fight I've seen, bro. Out of all of them, bro. That's, well, let me not say the best. I think that's like my favorite because it's a display of power. Like, you know how. Shut up, Lelouch. Just watch the video.
Even that's questionable because Sasuke's weaker now. A very fitting end for Kurama. They really did give Ishiki the business.
Peace out.
The next part of the video will be a
Didn't do
brief
nothing.
Baryon Mode defense section for you hardcore Boruto fans, because I see a lot of people that question somewhat basic aspects about it. The thing I hear the most is, why did Kurama never mention this before? Well, for one, it wasn't invented yet. But even then, there's a lot of in-universe reasons leaving that basic idea out, and it'll leave some internal consistency that I can explain. So we'll assume Kurama could have used Baryon mode ever since he became friends with Naruto. For all we know, Kurama could have needed his other half and needed to learn more about fusion and things from eavesdropping on scientists in Boruto. Let's just assume he knows ever since the Jinchuriki brawl. So for one, he did not need it against Obito, and was still mastering Kurama mode in general. Probably couldn't have used Baryon mode anyway due to them not even having a good link in the basic KCM form. 2, against Madara, the only time he would have needed it is when Madara was yanking Kurama out of Naruto. However, Kurama had a plan to still save Naruto and himself despite this event by getting Minato's Ninetales into Naruto. Therefore, a sacrifice was not needed. 3, he did not need it against Kaguya. The only time he would have remotely needed it is when they were stuck in the gravity realm. But the other problem is that
Fujitora can control gravity. Oh.
Like Sasuke soon. Without him, Sasuke would simply win.
Alright, man, look. I think that's the end of the video. He said he just explaining some shit for some hardcore Boruto fans. So, I understand he said that Naruto got a lot of stamina, infinite, whoop-de-whoop-whoop. But they, like you said, they was only fighting for a day against opponents that was on his level a little bit higher. Luffy be fighting for the same shit. Niggas be fighting people that's on the same level of them or higher than them for 10 days in One Piece. So they got more stamina. But anybody one-on-one, Naruto washing them niggas. Anybody. Does not matter. He's whooping their fucking ass. That's assuming that Baryon mode could affect the... I mean, he got magnet style Rasengans and shit like that. I'm assuming that would be able to affect Kizu. He got water style Rasengan, so pretty much no, he don't. Does he got water style Rasengans? Because that if he hit a Logia with that, I mean they could dodge that shit. But if he get one-on-one, Naruto is beating anybody. Let's just say it. He's beating anybody one-on-one in One Piece. You feel me? But the whole entire verse, no, it's not happening. No, even if he make 1,000 shadow clones, it's not happening, bro. The shadow clones, if the more shadow clones Naruto make, the weaker they are. The less damage that they need to take and they'll be injured. Like, I get it when he made 5 of them motherfuckers. They was boxing with the limbo clones and shit like that. I think it was only 5 shadow clones. They was boxing with the limbo clones. So if he do something like that, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. But they still go emerge victorious because this is over 1,000 people who are strong. Like, there's strong people in his verse. There's niggas who could use poison and poison this nigga. There's niggas who could turn people into toys. There's niggas who could use candle wax. There's snot niggas. There's booger flickers. There's all type of motherfucking different shit up in One Piece. There's fishmen. There's people who snatch souls. There's swordsmiths. There's so many people up in this show, man. He's not soloing, but this nigga's beating anybody 1v1. But I'm gonna have to do my research, y'all. I want to be like this nigga Seth, who we oh, Jules, nuclear fusion and the way that it works. No, I'm just playing. I'm not never gonna be looking that shit up. Like, I care about this shit and it matters to me a lot, but that's why this nigga got almost 1 million subscribers, because he be putting in that fucking work. I can't do it. I can't do it. I react to the shit and then I know the knowledge is in me because I reacted to his shit. You feel me? But that's it for this video, y'all. Let me know in the comment section down below if y'all want me to continue to react to some Seth shit. I want to find some shit out about Ichigo and Aizen and them, because the fights with no context, them niggas do not look that strong. The fight with no context, only the Ukiora, that fight, them niggas was going crazy. But other than that, fights without context, they don't look that strong. And I know that that's without context, so recommend a Bleach video for me to watch. But that's it for this video. Remember that you have the ability to make me famous. You have the power to put some bread in my hands. And all you gotta do is give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Peace.